It's my duty to announce that we held an executive session at 6:30 p.m. to discuss personnel and legal issues. We'll call Ms. Prohaska.
Mrs. Kozer? Here. Dr. Laughlin? Here. Mrs. Baines? Here. Mr. McCommons? Mr. Merle Leemusen?
Here.
Mr. Merle Elmusen? Mr. Recko?
Here.
Dr. Zork?
Here.
And Mr. Hauser?
Here. Thank you, Ms. Prohaska. Solicitors report, Mr. Nichols. All right, thank you, Mr. Nichols. Education planning, Mrs. Mays.
Yes, thank you. We begin with the student report, Isaac and Paige. All right, for Bagley Elementary School on April 11th through 14th, they're going to have their Rock and Readathon, which is just a yearly fundraiser where students participate in rocking and reading throughout the week and raise money based on minutes read. On April 25th through May 12th, all three schools will be having PSSA testing. May 2nd, kindergarten's Earth Day field trip will be taking place. On May 4th, Bagley Elementary School will be having their art show. May 5th through 6th, grades will visit EWCTC. On May 5th, kindergarten will have their field trip to the airport, and on May 6th, they will have their 6th grade Olympic Day at the junior high. For Latrobe Elementary School, on April 13th, grades K through 4, Family and Friends Spring Concert will be taking place. Their kindergarten Earth Day field trip will be taking place on May 2nd. On the 3rd, they will be having their art show. May 6th, kindergarten field trip to the airport will happen, and May 6th, the 6th grade Olympic Day at the junior high is also going on. And for Mountain View, May 25th through 12th, they'll be having their PSA testing as well. On May 2nd, kindergarten's Earth Day field trip will be taking place. On May 2nd, Mountain View Elementary School will be having their art show. On May 5th, kindergarten's field trip to the airport will be taking place, as well as 6th grade Olympic Day at the junior high.
At the senior high school, on March 25th, the Red Cross hosted a blood drive, which was a success. The Red Cross workers were very impressed with all of the students and how kindly and polite they behaved. On April 1st, the Interact Club hosted a reverse rules basketball game against Ligonier Valley. The proceeds from the event raised money for the St. Jude Children's Hospital research. On April 7th, the Vietnam classes went on a class trip to Washington, D.C. for bringing them home education extension of their class, enabling them to visit the Lincoln Memorial, the World War II Memorial, the Korean Memorial, and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and watch the presentation of the Changing of the Guard. April 28th through 29th, the National Honor Society will take their trip to Williamsburg. On May 2nd through 13th is AP testing, and on May 13th will be our prom, which will be at the Antonelli Event Center following the Grand March at the high school at 4 p.m. May 17th through 19th will be Keystone testing, and there are also 4 concerts coming up. April 22nd is the spring feature concert for choir. May 10th is the senior high band concert. Thursday, May 12th is the senior high choir concert, and on May 19th is the senior high and junior high jazz concert. The Leadership Westmoreland Youth Academy of 2022 is currently accepting applications for juniors and seniors who can apply for the program, which is run on June 20th through 24th. And students in Mrs. Koss's Child Development 2 classes are visiting the elementary life skills classrooms over the coming week to conduct observations and spend time with the students. That is all.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Can I
much.
ask a question? Yes, sir. How many kids do the blood drive? How many kids done it? Does anybody know?
We had 50 donate blood this year.
50.
Yes.
Is that in line with what we usually get?
I'd say we're 5 to 70 normal, because you have to be 16 or 18, 17, sorry.
And there's a weight requirement.
What's the weight requirement?
I think it's 115 pounds.
I don't
mean I could give like 3 times?
I think that's how it works.
Do we promote that a lot in the school?
We do, yes. We do.
Because that's a fantastic thing. I mean, you know, I think one of the lacks we have in society today, this is my personal opinion, is there's less people concerned about other people. There's not enough volunteers and everything. And I think this is a very good way to start, especially since it's sponsored by the school and the Red Cross. You know, there is a dramatic shortage of blood since this pandemic. And firsthand, I know what blood does for people, and I can save lives because I've dealt with that my whole career in medicine. And if young people can get involved with something as awesome, it really is awesome. You think about it. You're going to go in there, they're going to stick a big needle in your arm and take a bag of blood out of you. That's scary for a lot of people to do that. But it's really a selfless, wonderful thing to do because you really are potentially saving somebody's life. And I don't know how many people can say that I've actually saved somebody's life. And when you donate blood, you can do that, for sure. And if we can get more kids to do that, it's a great start, because I think it is a fantastic thing to do. It's a wonderful way to start volunteering for your community, and you're actually doing something that's extremely worthwhile, and you're going to help save a life. So I'm glad to hear that we do that still. I was afraid that it went away with the pandemic, and I'm happy to hear that it's still doing it. I encourage when we do that again to get as many people involved as we can. Maybe get a couple hundred kids to donate blood, because certainly we need it.
Okay, Ms. Mays.
Okay, enrollment report, Mr. Mays, anything you'd like to talk about? We'll turn this forward.
Yes, good evening, thank you. The enrollment report is attached. Kindergarten screening wrapped up last week. Currently, we have 195 students registered for kindergarten. Doesn't mean it's over. If you know somebody that needs to enroll, please have them visit our district website. There's a kindergarten tab right on the main page. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next week on your agenda will be a resolution to approve the updated Greater Latrobe School District's ARPS, or Health and Safety Plan for the 21-22 school year, and authorize administration to submit the plan to the Pennsylvania Department of Education and post publicly on the district website as required. And that will be a resolution on your next week's agenda. Also on next week's agenda, we will be approving the Keimco Physical and Occupational Therapy LLC agreement for the 22-23 school year. And we're starting to approve all of these, I'm sorry. And we will be approving the Westmoreland County Student Assistance Program agreement for the 22-23 school year. Will also be a resolution. And we will be approving the Westmoreland Intermediate Unit Student Services Interagencies invoice rates and selected services for the 22-23 school year. We will be approving the memorandum of understanding between Greater Latrobe School District and Private Industry Council of Westmoreland Fayette Incorporated, operating the pre-K counts program at Latrobe Elementary School to commence on August 1st of 22 and end on June 30th of 23. Also on the agenda, on a resolution to approve the Dr. Ketterer Charter School agreement for the 22-23 school year. And we need to approve the college and high school dual credit agreement between Mount Methodist College and Greater Latrobe High School for the 22-23 school year. And lastly, there will be another tuition student for approval for the 22-23 school year. All agenda items for next week. And the next curriculum committee meeting will be held on August 20th.
Thank you, Mrs. Mays.
Thank you.
On finance, on the agenda for your approval will be the treasurer's report, payment of bills, approve a tax appeal settlement proposal, and approve electricity procurement administrative agreement, and finance committee meeting minutes from March 8th are attached. The next finance committee meeting date will be May 10th, 5:30 p.m. at the senior high school library. Facilities Operation Planning, Mrs. Kozar.
Thank you, Mr. Hauser. There will be attachments A through G for all of the awarding bids for various supplies for the school district next week. We will approve, on the agenda for the proposal for partial roof replacement at senior high school and repairs to the junior high school that we discussed. And the minutes from our meeting of April 7th are an attachment in your agenda, and our next facilities operation planning committee meeting will be May 5th at 3:30 p.m. in the central admin. And that concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Mrs. Kozar. Student Activities and Recreation, Mr. Music.
Thank you. I'm happy to announce that we have had several athletes that are state medalists for the 2021-2022 Winter Sports Year. And I'm going to turn the meeting back to Mr. Hauser to recognize the students.
At this time, I would like to, we have awards for our state medalists. If you would want to do the podium.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
If they brought their medals. We got one, come on.
I will say this, a couple years I officiated the state tournament. It's not a joke. It's the toughest tournament you will ever enter into. Every single match is a 1- and 2-point thing. So to appreciate truly what these medal winners did is unfathomable. So there was a time when we were lucky to have one state champ. We didn't have a state champ for years, and then all of a sudden, look at these guys. So it's my pleasure to congratulate each one of you. Hannah Pulaski, congratulations.
So wait, hang on. Okay. Hannah, you placed 6th, and how long have you been done?
Like a year and a half.
When I found that out, I thought that was truly amazing. That's truly amazing. In a year and a half, and you did a terrific job, but a year and a half, and she's 6th place. Congratulations.
Vincent Calcari.
Now, hang on, Mr. Howard.
I know. Mr. Frank is long-winded tonight.
No, I'm not. Look, Vinny's got his Mr. T starter kit.
He doesn't even know who Mr. T
Hey,
is.
Mearsy,
Over here.
since you're the oldest athletic director in the room, have we ever had, you can't come to a meeting without getting your stones busted. Have we ever had a 2-time individual state champion at Latrobe?
Yes.
Okay,
Luke Pletcher was a 3-time state champion.
that's right. Okay, so Vinny's got something to,
Shoot for.
okay, I knew
No
the
pun
answer to that
intended.
question. I was just trying to motivate you.
Luke Willisell.
Congratulations. Luke's starting on his Mr. T kit, okay?
Jack Fletcher. Corey Borio.
Gotcha.
See what he's doing. Once again, I want to say how proud and where Latrobe is of these guys. They did a great job. It's amazing what they have done, been able to accomplish, and I think they deserve a big round of applause.
We're going to do a quick picture with everyone. Hannah, we're going to do a quick picture on the other side with all of our state medalists.
Sure, Vinny. Oh, I thought we He's amazing.
Mr. Howard, might be able to say something real quick?
Oh, absolutely.
These 5 state medalists have competed like true wildcats so far this year. And not to put them, take them out of the limelight, but so far this year, I wanted to let you guys know what our teams have accomplished up to this point through the fall and the winter. So far this year, we've had 6 section champion teams. We've had 3 county champion teams. We've had 1 Whitfield runner-up team. We've had 2 WPIL wrestling individual champions. We've had 4 PIAA team qualifiers. We have had 11 PIAA individual qualifiers. As you guys can see, we have had 5 PIAA individual medalists and 1 PIAA individual champion. And that's just through 2 seasons. We still have a long season of spring left. I'm so happy with our teams. They're competing like they've never competed before. You can ask Mr. Gustafson in the back there. We have so many trophies to put up that after this year, I'm going to have to take Mr. Thomas's cruise for a whole week to be able to get there. So our teams have done a fantastic job at this point. I know our spring season is going to bring us a couple more trophies. I couldn't be any more proud of these.
I'd like to announce some senior night dates. Track will be on Wednesday, April 20th at 5:15 at Memorial Stadium. With volleyball will be on Tuesday, May 3rd at 7 o'clock at the senior high main gym. With lacrosse will be on Wednesday, April 27th at 6:30 at senior high Lawson Field. Girls lacrosse will be on Tuesday, April 26th at 6:30 p.m. at Lawson Field also. Softball will be on Wednesday, April 27th at 6:30, and that will be at senior high grass Butterfield. Baseball will be in June. And the next student activities and recreation committee is to be.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Community relations, Ms. Nance.
Yes. Metro GLSC Parks and Recreation Commission meeting minutes from February the 17th, 2022 are attached. And the next Parks and Recreation Committee meeting will be held on Thursday, April the 21st, 4:30 p.m. in Latrobe Municipal Building.
Just go ahead and be on you.
There's also a summary of the WIU board meeting minutes for the day. That is also
Thank you. Transportation. Thank you. WECTC joint operator plan. You know what I mean. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Nutt. Next week on your agenda will be approval of the 22-23 operating budget for EWCTC. And I want to bring your attention to the fact that on May 23rd, which is a Monday evening at 7 p.m., we will have a senior recognition ceremony for EWCTC students. And because we have a very nice facility, we host it every year, so we'll have DRA students, Ligonier students, and those who are EWCTC students. It's a wonderful event, and I hope you can all get this. Our next joint area, our next board,
You made fun of me.
the joint area, joint operating And our next committee meeting will be Wednesday, April 27th at 7 PM at BWCTC.
Great job. Thank you, Mrs.
Yeah,
Mezza.
thank you, Mr. Nutt.
Technology,
No, you missed me, now you skipped me.
technology on the agenda for your approval. We will be approved a letter of intent between Westmoreland Intermediate Unit and Greater Latrobe School District to enter into a 3-year agreement with Cisco Systems for purchasing of Cisco Duo Access, effective July 1st, 22 through June 30th, 2025. Our next technology committee meeting will be September, and superintendent's recommendations, Mr. Krupa.
Well, I talked to the kids just long enough to get back here in time. Superintendent's recommendations, next week I'll have 2 resignations for you, 4 substitute teachers to be approved. Some of those may be retroactive. Support personnel, classified, a classroom assistant, and a food service substitute. We do have some supplementals as listed there as well, some volunteers and some coaches. I would like to have a board retreat on April the 30th. That would be in the morning on that Saturday from 8:30 to 11:30, just to bring you up to speed, bring board members up to speed on some things that are going on elementary and secondary wise, plus anything that you would be interested in hearing about. We'll talk about that more next week. We do have tenure to be granted to Rachel Collette. She's a Spanish teacher at our junior high school. Other business on the agenda, we do have an early dismissal on Thursday before our spring break. That's Friday, Monday, Tuesday. We return from break on the 20th. We have a senior high band and choral concert listed there for you too. I can't believe that we're talking about prom. Prom is on Friday, May the 13th. And for those of you who tuned in to the Grand March broadcast last year and heard play-by-play from Mike Karenka and color commentary from Dr. Georgia Tepper on the live stream, you'll be glad to know that that broadcast team is back in place for Grand March once more this year. It was the highest rated show on the Wildcat Network last year.
Unity Township for that night.
I'm studying up too. I want to know my difference between
Beige and taupe. I remember beige and taupe were a problem.
we have the senior high school. Again, this is all end of the year stuff coming up, and I can't believe it. The awards assembly, the school walk will be happening on May 27th, baccalaureate as listed in the auditorium. No school on Memorial Day, and graduation at Memorial Stadium, June 1st, 2022. That will be live streamed as well. Our board meeting dates are listed. Mr. President, that concludes my report.
You just make me laugh.
I am funny looking.
I want to thank everybody for coming this evening. That concludes our meeting for this evening. Thank you.